She's ordered 2 pieces from Kurt, 1 piece from her, and 2 pieces from her daddy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lords of the Night. With me, as always, your Lord of Punishment. Say hi, Scribe.
Hi, Scribe.
And he is here as well. Say hello, Satsu.
What up, though?
That's your Lord of Pampers in the background saying hi already. She didn't wait her turn. She a little bit excited. I am your Lord of Pain, the Ranting Monkey, and we're here to talk to you for about 2 hours and say funny things. Ha ha. Or something like that. Satsu.
What's up?
How you doing?
Oh, sorry. I'm playing with Leah. I'm good, as you can see. Today was Squishy's day off, so I got to clean like I like to do without any interruptions because she had the baby and did a whole lot of that. Hung out with them, and it's been a pretty good day.
Cool. And Scribbles, how you doing?
I'm all right. It's been a interesting day. I got woken up last night at midnight when the fireworks all went off in my immediate area. Sounded like there was a war going on. It was like completely silent up to then. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I woke up really early, and then I did some really exciting stuff. I cleaned up my apartment.
Oh,
because
fun.
I'm a responsible adult or something. Yeah,
I did that too. What a coinka dog.
I know, we're like all grown up and stuff.
Adult. Bless you.
Bless you. I went to the store and I slept. Going to the store kicked my ass. And I didn't even go that far. I went to a little tiny like dollar store here in town just to get soda and stuff. But my body when I got home was like, fuck this awake thing. So yeah. Anyhow, Monkey Dick, Jim Jones, movies, video games, hit that like button, guys, and share our stuff far and wide. Because YouTube don't do it. And we're not popular enough to get canceled. So please share our stuff.
Yet.
Well, one day.
One day we'll get canceled. Oh, and what a glorious day that will be.
It'll be fun.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Oh, yeah, it is Today's New Year's Day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not for me. Look, I'm like on my third day of the year already. That's what happens when you sleep too many times. I did get to talk to a little bit. I was supposed to call her, and I tried calling, and they were watching Captain Marvel, which, by the way, apparently she really loved. Since she was watching that at the time, I was like, well, could you call later? And it was right after that. I was like, oh, I got to go to bed. So I texted them back, and I thought I was going to miss the call. And then my phone rang, and like, oh, and my heart just went, yay.
Oh.
So that was right before the show. But then they had to go because they were watching Endgame.
Oh, that's got to be uplifting for a 4-year-old.
Oh, she just likes the action on the screen.
Oh, especially when Thanos gets his head chopped off.
And it's just a purple guy on the screen. Was there anything we needed to talk about before we get into the news tonight?
Nope.
Just how cute Squeetus is.
Guys, if my wakeness is still going after this, I will be doing a Red Dead stream. Sorry I didn't get one done this afternoon. I know a lot of people wanted me to. But yeah, I just couldn't hang. I was too tired to play a video game, you guys.
Oh my God.
I'll do that after this. And otherwise, yeah, I don't think I have anything else. So Scribbles, what we got for news? What?
I was telling the chat that they missed her laugh before the stream. She did a genuine laugh, which I can never get anybody else to hear. But
I heard it.
Heard it.
Yeah, I heard it. No, I was like, oh, turn the camera.
She almost just did it again.
Well, you gotta tickle her belly.
Are you gonna laugh for me, Mama?
Dear God. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt because I know I just asked you for the news, but I saw in chat that somebody was talking about Sinatra's debating somebody who sounded like Vegan Gain, so I went to Sinatra's channel.
What?
and it says a conversation with Ask Yourself.
Why do I know that name?
When me and Roaming Millennial had our little debate with Vegan Gains, Ask Yourself was the really annoying guy who wouldn't shut the fuck up the whole time.
Oh, he was like Vegan's Igor.
I call him Vegan's left nut.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. He's an asshole is what he is. But Sinatra had made his video on that vegan who thinks veganism should be treated as a religion.
Yeah, the vegangelist.
Which, by the way, it already is. He just thinks the government should treat it as one too.
Right.
And he tweeted out earlier that he forgot how insane the vegans were. Anyhow,
how could you forget?
Beats me. Pincalo, thank you so much. Pray for Sanut. He has been debating Ask Yourself for about the last hour. It's like Destiny and Vegan Gains had a love child and then dropped it on its head. Thank you so much, Pincalo.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've had some interactions with him. Anyhow, what do we have for news?
I'm sleepy. Yes, Squeeze. Okay. Yes. I don't know. I think it just might be a Squetus ASMR night.
All right.
Well, I have an article that lists off a whole bunch of new laws that go into effect this year.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So let's see. I will just go down them here. Let's see. Minimum wages are going up.
Hooray.
The minimum wage is set to go up in 72 jurisdictions in 2020, according to the advocacy group National Employment Law Project, or NELP, for those who are in the know. You know, NELP. Okay. Most of those changes are set to begin on the first day of 2020, i.e. today, though New York's pay raise is set to begin December 31st, which was yesterday.
What are you laughing at?
21 states and 26 cities and counties, mostly in California, will raise the minimum wage on New Year's Day. In 17 of those jurisdictions, the new rate will reach or exceed $15 an hour. 4 more states and 23 more cities and counties will join later in the year, with 15 of them raising wages to $15 an hour or more. Illinois and St. Paul, Minnesota will raise their minimum wages twice in 2020. Quote, these increases will put much needed money into the hands of the lowest paid workers, some of whom struggle with high and ever increasing costs of living, unquote. Researcher and policy analyst Yannet Lathrop wrote in a blog post about the new wages.
Which are about to get much, much higher.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, you're making more? Okay, your rent went up. Oh. But let us not forget that the federal minimum wage has remained unchanged since 2009 at $7.25 an hour.
Which honestly ain't shit for real.
Yeah, it really isn't. Law number 2, you'll get more control over your data. Well, if you live in California, at least. There's a reason your inbox has been getting spammed with privacy notices lately. The California Consumer Privacy Act, or CCPA, the nation's toughest privacy law, is set to take effect starting Wednesday. The landmark law allows California residents to demand that companies disclose what data they have collected on them, and if users want that data deleted, companies will have to comply. The law applies to for-profit companies that generate more than $25 million in annual gross revenue, generate more than 50% of their annual revenue from selling consumers' personal data, or have personal data for more than 50,000 people. CCPA could set a precedent for the rest of the United States. The law has already prompted other states to consider their own privacy measures. And while non-California residents can't request their data be deleted, they can read through the new terms of service to see what data companies are collecting. That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't understand why we don't have something more like that on the federal level, to be honest.
Tech money?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
But there's tons of tech money in California.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I mean, the FCC and the Federal Trade Commission are basically owned by the internet companies as it is. So,
Fair enough.
Let's see. Next,
Oh,
more
Real quick, thank you, Johnny Hellcat, who says MT's minimum wage just hit $8.50.
Wow.
Oh, and over on the Streamlabs, thank you, Sanguine. Those came in at the same time, so I thought the alert was for the other one. Thank you, Sanguine, who says, so how long before the next story of unemployment rates in all those areas hiking the minimum wage, falling, starting from now for an unknown reason and or automation? All of those will give us 6 months, man.
See, next one. More people can sue over sexual abuse. Excuse me. As the Me Too movement inspired more people to come forward with their experiences of sexual abuse, some states are relaxing their deadlines to bring lawsuits for previous offenses. California will suspend the statute of limitations for 3 years beginning January 1st, giving victims of all ages the chance to pursue prosecution. The state is also expanding the statute of limitations for childhood victims of sexual abuse. Under the new law, victims will have until age 40 or 5 years from the time the abuse was discovered to file civil lawsuits. 5 years from the time the abuse was discovered. I think it was discovered when it happened to the kid.
Yeah.
That's kind of odd. Illinois will remove the statute of limitations on criminal sexual assault, aggravated criminal sexual assault, and aggravated criminal sexual abuse, regardless of the age of the victim. The state eliminated time limits on prosecuting sex crimes against minors in 2017, but adult victims still faced a ticking clock. Previously, prosecutors had 10 years to bring charges, but the offense must have been reported to law enforcement within 3 years. Okay.
And this is just for childhood sexual assault?
In Illinois.
And the other one was for all sexual assault.
In California, yeah.
All right.
I think so. Next, states tighten and loosen gun laws. After another year of mass shootings and heated debates over gun control, well, name a year where that doesn't happen, honestly, states are taking action. Colorado is among the states enacting gun restrictions. Its red flag law takes effect January 1st. The law allows family, household members, and law enforcement to petition for a court order to temporarily take guns away from an individual deemed to be in danger of hurting themselves or others. And we saw how well that went the last time they tried to do that was in Florida, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There's already been a lot of opposition to the law, though, and there's no telling what will happen come Wednesday. A number of the state's counties have declared themselves as Second Amendment sanctuaries, while some sheriffs have previously said they'd rather go to jail than enforce the law. Meanwhile, Tennessee is moving in the other direction, making it easier for residents to receive a concealed carry handgun permit.
Yeah, Tennessee's allowing people to apply over the internet for it. Which I don't have. Again, I'm of the opinion, how do you know they have a gun until you stop them? And if they didn't do anything wrong with the gun, then why is it a problem that they have it? Second Amendment.
Minority Report.
Cryptic, thank you. F for Cali mofos moving here. They're moving to Colorado, are they? Yeah. Colorado.
Let's see. Another Illinois law. Pot smokers in the Midwest rejoice. Anyone 21 and older can buy and possess recreational marijuana in Illinois beginning in the new year. Under the law, Illinois residents will be able to purchase and possess 30 grams of cannabis, 5 grams of cannabis concentrate, and cannabis-infused products containing no more than 500 milligrams of THC. People who don't live in Illinois can buy half of each of those amounts. Medical patients can buy marijuana seeds and grow up to 5 plants at home as long as the plants are kept out of public view. The law also pardons individuals with nonviolent convictions for amounts of cannabis up to 30 grams.
You know, I have no idea how much that actually is.
What, 30 grams?
Yeah. Like if I were weighing it out, what is 30 grams? Can anybody give me a comparison? Like how big of a stack of peanut M&Ms would that be? And I don't mean just weight, but I mean the size, you know?
Okay, well, an 8-ounce can of Pepsi is 226 grams.
That's a lot of grams.
Yeah, so it's not much weight-wise. A little bit.
30 grams is a little over an ounce, says Dante.
Yeah.
A little over an ounce. Okay. That gives me. But see, again, that's weight. But so I'm trying to think. I'm trying to figure out, a visual representation. But all right.
1/8 of a can of Pepsi.
Again, though, see, that's a pound of feathers versus a pound of bricks. Same amount. There's a lot more feathers. Get what I'm saying?
I'm Rick James.
Fuck your couch. All right. No more cash bail. New York State becomes the latest to end the money bail system, which critics call wealth-based incarceration. Wednesday, the state eliminates money bail for nearly all misdemeanor and non-violent felony cases. The new law could free thousands of incarcerated people from pretrial detention, according to a preliminary analysis by the Center for Court Innovation. But there are exceptions, including cases involving sex crimes, domestic violence, witness intimidation, or tampering and terrorism-related charges, among others.
And see, I get that. But if you're going to get rid of bail, why aren't you getting rid of bail?
Because there has to be some exceptions, Monk.
If bail itself is the bad thing, then it shouldn't matter what they're in for because everybody's innocent until proven guilty, right?
Well, you know how things go. I mean, I am against this thing except for in all these scenarios.
Well, if someone is accused of something awful, Monkey, obviously they have to take into consideration the fact that they're probably guilty.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily disagree with getting rid of the bail thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because for a lot of stuff, it's just a way to nickel and dime people to death. But again, if bail is the problem, then it doesn't become not a problem because of the crime. It's either good or bad either way. A fourth cup of flour is 30 grams. Thank you, Sanguine. Well, somebody in the chat, they said it's like 40 blunts or joints, not blunts. A little bit different there. So yeah, again, it all depends on what you're measuring, man. So I get you. Thank you. Anyway, sorry, Scribbles. Yeah, I just don't understand why it's either. Seems like the bail thing is still there. You just decided it's only for bad crimes. Which, if that's what you were going to do, then say that. Don't make it sound like you're curing racism or curing poverty with it. Hello?
I keep thinking you're done, but then you keep talking.
I am done. Well, I keep waiting. I keep talking because you keep just being silent.
Because I'm trying to be polite and not interrupt you.
Well, you can go.
Thank you. Plastic bags are out. It's always a good idea to bring reusable bags with you to the grocery store. But starting in 2020, forgetting them at home could cost you. Oregon is the latest state to ban single-use plastic bags at grocery stores, requiring shoppers to bring their own bags or pay a small fee for paper ones. The city of Albuquerque, New Mexico, is also gearing up for a similar eco-friendly initiative. Single-use plastic bags, including compostable bags and plastic ones less than 2.25 millimeters thick, will be banned, according to CNN affiliate KRQE. The city plans to encourage residents to go green by passing out about 2,000 reusable bags at grocery stores and city facilities, the station reported.
Yeah, they just did. A lot of the stores here don't provide you bags anymore either, unless you pay for them.
It seems like a way for stores to get money for their bags.
Let's see. No more texting while driving. I thought that was pretty much...
That is already a thing.
I thought it was for most places, maybe not. You really might want to think twice before sending out that text while you're stopped at an intersection. Starting Wednesday, law enforcement officers in Florida will begin writing tickets for drivers caught texting and driving. Tickets will be $30 for non-moving violations and $60 for moving violations. The fines go up even more if you're speeding. Massachusetts enacts a similar law later in the year. Starting February 23rd, drivers in the state will be banned from texting and generally using their phone while driving, although Bluetooth and hands-free modes will be allowed. Law enforcement officers will issue warnings only for the first month or so, but after March 31st, drivers can expect to be fined.
Nice. I hope they actually enforce it because Michigan doesn't.
Let's see. Cyclists can breeze through stop signs.
What?
That's not wise. Cyclists have long had to abide by the same traffic laws as their motorized companions, much to their annoyance. In Oregon, that's going to change. And watch a whole bunch of people get killed as bicyclists. Gone are the days of coming to a complete stop at every stop sign, even when no one else is around. A new state law that goes into effect on New Year's Day allows cyclists to treat stop signs and blinking red lights as yields. As long as they slow their bikes to a safe speed, they'll be able to breeze right through. I see absolutely no problems with that in the near future.
Where was this at? Oregon?
Oregon.
Drivers in Oregon, could you guys get hood cameras? Because I'm going to want to see some of this.
Yeah, especially for your own protection when people start like trying to pull insurance scams on you.
Oh, yeah. Well, shit. You're going to be blamed if you hit somebody because you're going to be going so much faster than the bike.
Mm-hmm. Peter Silac Hades 313 Monkey has tweeted out a picture of what 30 grams looks like.
Cool.
To you. And it looks like a bag of tiny, tiny little pieces of broccoli.
That's 30? Oh, that's that's an ounce. Yeah, okay, so about the same, yeah. All right. That gives me a something to go by.
Oh, this one's for Satsu.
Oh, yeah?
African Americans can embrace their natural hair.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Black students and employees in California can finally feel free to be themselves. Wednesday, the Golden State becomes the first in the United States. I love how CNN has made a hyperlink of the words becomes the first in the United. I suppose that leads to some other story, but I'm just surprised they didn't make states also part of that. Anyway, first in the United States to ban employers and school officials from discriminating against people based on their natural hair. The Crown Act, that's a play on, makes it illegal to enforce dress code or grooming policies against hairstyles such as afros, braids, twists, and locks. Quote, this law protects the right of Black Californians to choose to wear their hair in its natural form without pressure to conform to Eurocentric norms, State Senator Holly Mitchell said earlier this year. I am excited to see the culture change that will ensue from the law. So if a white guy shows up with dreadlocks, can he be fired because it's not his quote-unquote natural hair?
Pinkalo, thank you, says, just let your soul glow. That's from Coming to America. I'm sorry. Who the fuck has naturally braided hair?
I don't know.
Like I said before when we were talking about this. Well, actually, this is going to be a new statement. If it's a hygiene thing, that's going to be interesting to see how they handle that. Especially in a kitchen or in someplace like that. Fucking throw all out and you're messing with food. What are you gonna do? You gonna fire me because I got my throw out? Or if it's a safety thing, that'll be an issue too. Heavy machinery that loves to grab things like hair. We'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully the person themselves would be smart enough to be like, okay, this is clearly a situation where I need to to do this or whatever. But we'll see. We will see.
Over in the Streamlabs, thank you, Sanguine. This just in, Oregon cyclists are now to be the greatest cause of car body damage in the state. In unrelated news, morticians and hospitals see a massive boom in business in the state. Right?
Oh, boy.
I just love how they put that. Thank you, Sanguine. But I love how they put that. natural hair. Nobody's hair, not white, black, brown. No, nobody's hair is naturally braided. You don't pop out of the womb with braids.
I'm just curious, and it's complete legalese, but can you make a law that targets a specific racial demographic?
Apparently.
And provide, I mean, from this, it's providing a specific racial demographic protections that no one else, at least, I don't know what the law actually reads. They're just giving us a summary here. That sounds a little off to me. Like I said, if a non-black person shows up with any of those styles of hair, are they not protected because it's not quote unquote Eurocentric natural hair? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just curious about how that operates.
I don't think they thought that far, and I also don't think they cared to think that far.
Well, I'm just thinking back to that video of that what was it, high school or college or something, where there's that white kid with dreadlocks being like accosted by two kids about how he's not allowed to have that hair.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and lastly, your middle schooler. I'm gonna say this again, just for those in the cheap seats. Your middle schooler might need a car seat.
What?
Kids are not going to be happy about this. I'm pretty sure some parents aren't either. A new law in Washington state could keep children in booster seats until they're almost in middle school. The law requires children who have outgrown harness seats to sit in booster seats until they are at least 4 feet 9 inches tall. According to the Washington State Patrol, kids can ditch the booster seats once they're older than 13. What if they're older than 13, but they're still not 4 feet 9 inches tall?
Well, we have a similar law to that here in Michigan. My youngest son was annoyed by it because they passed it between my eldest son and youngest son. And so he had to take a booster seat longer.
Okay.
At the time, my brother was married to a chick who was shorter than him, who was allowed to drive. And he goes, "This isn't fair." I'm like, I agree, but I'm not getting a ticket over it. Yeah. Yeah, once you turn 13, you don't need to see over the dash, guys. It's cool.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. That was the end of that story. That was one story, guys, with a whole bunch of little ones in there. Let's see.
Fun stuff in that one, actually, Scribe. I enjoyed that one.
I know. It was a anthology of little news stories. How about some happy news?
Sure, I always like happy news.
All right. Kathy Griffin got married.
Oh, somebody married that?
Yeah,
Dude,
I was about to say
she's not rich, right?
Kathy Griffin announced her engagement on New Year's Eve, and then she got married. The comedian tweeted a video late Tuesday with her longtime boyfriend, Randy Bick. B-I-C-K. For a second, I thought he might be heir to the Bick pen fortune, but no, he's just B-I-C-K. To make the surprise announcement, the pair did a countdown and let Griffin's followers know they were dressed up for more than the holiday. Happy New Year and surprise, the couple said. We're getting married tonight after midnight. She said yes, Bick added. Griffin said the nuptials would take place post-midnight on the West Coast and promised a surprise officiant. She later shared the video of the couple being married by the legendary Lily Tomlin. The entire ceremony was just under 14 minutes, but I have to give you guys the first uncut 75 seconds, Griffin tweeted. Blah, 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 blah. What does Bick do? I'm curious. Is he he's like a zillionaire or something, or just like completely hates himself and that's why he married her?
I don't know.
Randy Bick. He's a comedian. Oh wait, no. Oh, that's telling me about. I click on a thing that says, "Who is Randy Bick?" and it says the comedian, 59, married longtime boyfriend Randy Bick. Like, no, I want to know who Randy Bick is. I don't care about. Jesus Christ.
Thank you. He says, "I pity the fool," and I put a picture up on screen that I found of their wedding. There you go, guys. Look how pretty.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, what does he do? Something? Is he famous for something? I don't know. Is this him? Let's see, touring and marketing director. I can't tell because LinkedIn doesn't let you see pictures anymore for some reason. Anyway, yeah, so there's somebody's happy. And lastly, never mind.
Real quick, last November, there was a story. Kathy Griffin splits from boyfriend Randy Bick after 7 years together.
Oh, how long does this last, you think? A year? Less?
Probably not long.
All right, so I have one more story. It is another Starbucks story, but this is not a hoax. It's something awful. A man working at Starbucks had his laptop stolen. He was killed when he chased down the thief.
Damn.
Police have arrested 2 suspects after a man died on New Year's Eve while chasing down a person who snatched his laptop while he was working at a Starbucks. The man, whose name has not been released, was at a Starbucks on Mountain Boulevard in Oakland, California on the morning of New Year's Eve. While he was working, the suspect approached him around 11:30 a.m., grabbed his laptop, and ran. The man rushed after the thief in an attempt to retrieve his computer, but suffered a critical head injury as the suspect fled in a car. The Oakland Fire Department gave immediate medical assistance to the man before he was transported in critical condition to a local hospital. He later died from his injury. Police made 2 arrests Wednesday in connection to the homicide. They did not release any further information, but said their investigation is ongoing. Maria Chan, who runs a flower shop across the street, described what she saw to CNN. Quote, "He was bleeding only from the head. His face was purple and blue. Fortunately, someone tried to do first aid to help him," she said. Oakland police are asking anyone who witnessed the incident to contact them.
For both people involved here, a laptop ain't worth it.
Yeah.
A laptop ain't worth your life, and a laptop ain't worth going to prison for the rest of your life.
I'll be back, guys.
Yeah, but that's search history, though.
Yeah. They might find out you looked at hentai. Sorry, I forgot to take my medicine.
Hentai.
Yeah, it ain't worth it. Ain't fucking worth it.
Anyway, that's all the news stories I had.
And I get it. I would probably instinctively want to run after him too. But yeah. I'm just trying to, this thief, he stole somebody's laptop. At worst, you're looking at what? Grand theft if it's a really, really high-end one. And now he's looking at a murder charge.
Yep. Even Squeeze is upset.
Well, she gets that way sometimes. She can't always be laughing.
Unfortunately.
With that, guys, we come to the end of the news, but not at the end of all of the news, because now it's time for the MSS news. I forget how many S's there are in that sometimes. If there's a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to them all, but that's just because I can't remember shit. Scribbles?
Monkey has a problem with S words, everyone. S names, S words.
It's just S's in general. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Oh,
Glad I waited.
I think my sinuses are just draining and
I'm back.
Pissing me off.
Oh, I was planning on maybe having a snack after the show, but now that you talked about your draining sinuses, I think I just lost my appetite.
Well,
you're still going to have a snack.
You don't have to imagine it.
I can imagine quite a bit. All right. This one comes from Froggy, the short redhead. Homeless man turns Manhattan Whole Foods into his personal hot bar. Hot bar? A drooling and pungent homeless man made double dipping look like child's play at a Midtown Whole Foods, grabbing from the hot food bar with his bare hands to stuff his bearded face, as employees just chuckled and said they were powerless to stop him.
They're not allowed to have somebody come in and hey, get this guy out of here?
A post photo editor had just plucked down $17 for a jerk chicken dinner at the store across from Bryant Park on Sunday night when he spotted the grungy gourmand ignoring numerous no sampling signs to treat the bar like his personal feed bag. The unidentified chow hound pounded mac and cheese and mixed veggies, at times using serving spoons to pack multiple dishes into a plastic cup he brought with him from the outside. But at other points, he simply dug in with his visibly dirty mitts, grabbing food from the trays and shoving it directly into his mouth, wet with drool and framed by a scraggly beard. So you guys are violating God knows how many health codes by letting this guy do this without stopping him, and there's nothing you can do.
They couldn't do anything, Scribe.
When I worked at a store, if you were eating food that you hadn't paid for, it's grazing. That's theft.
Yeah. In the closest thing to a display of personal hygiene from the man, he stopped every now and then to lick his fingers clean. All the while,
Wonderful.
Whole Foods workers looked on, smiling and laughing, while doing nothing to stop the pig out. Quote, "Oh, he comes in here all the time," said one employee of the freeloader. "We can't do anything about it, we were told," unquote. Workers on Monday clarified that whenever they see any hot bar binging, they're supposed to tip off the store's security guards to step in. Then why are you saying you can't do anything? As for the tainted food, workers said that they promptly toss it. Quote, "I just throw out the tray. That's our routine," said one store supervisor who declined to be identified. "We address the situation and throw the tray out and put a fresh one in the bar." But the suddenly unsavory meals weren't tossed by the time the Post left the store Sunday, and some less than appetized customers there on Monday weren't interested in taking any chances. Quote, "That's a lot of germs," said Ronald Cozart, 31. "I won't be eating here in the future." I wouldn't either, honestly. Added one shopper who gave his name as Jay, said, "Ew, that's pretty awful. If someone's hands are in the salad bar and the staff is laughing, I don't want to waste my money here," unquote. A man who identified himself as the store's manager, declining to give his name, despite wearing a tag on the uniform that gave it away as Yochi, referred requests for comment to the chain's corporate office. A message left with the office was not returned.
That does sound like some corporate shit where they're just like, yeah, whatever. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, all the other customers, you can fuck off. This guy is protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yes, it is. Anyway, moving on. This one comes from Frosted Glass. And it's not from Medium. Oh my God. Well, at least I'm excited. Anyway, Black History Month. Republicans' call to honor white people draws outrage. You mean like, what's his name? The guy who tried to free the slaves in the abolitionist movement? That guy? What was it? Wasn't his name like John Smith or something? Like something very generic, I think. Let's see. Oh, John Brown. Sorry, John Brown. Wisconsin lawmakers are locked in a dispute over who qualifies to be honored during February's Black History Month after a senior Republican suggested a list where the majority of named picks were white. Republican State Senator Scott Allen circulated a resolution recognizing 10 historical figures for celebration, but 6 of those who'd been active in Wisconsin's Underground Railroad, helping Southern slaves escape to freedom, turned out to be white, according to the State Journal. Turned out to be? Okay. The choice provoked a backlash from local black lawmakers who said Allen circumvented the state's legislature's Black Caucus from choosing how to honor the contributions of Black Americans. Quote, "If this was intended to be without controversy, you failed," State Senator Lena Taylor wrote to Allen in response. Quote, "Thank you, Massa Allen, for picking whose we should honor, sir. We sure ain't capable of thinking for ourselves, sir," unquote. I was a quote, guys. That's how she wrote the letter. Taylor, a black Milwaukee Democrat, asked why a white politician would be leading the selection, which includes 6 white abolitionists, 4 black slaves, and unnamed members of the Stockbridge-Munsee Band of Mohican Indians. Quote, "The fact that this even needs to be discussed is a reflection of where we are as a society," she told the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. "I wake up every day as a black woman." Congratulations. I'm not exactly sure what it is that Scott Allen believes he knows better than me, unquote. Oh, okay. So your skin color imparts upon you special wisdom, is what you're saying.
Over on the Streamlabs, Sanguine, thank you so much, who says, Subliant sounds start the simian stuttering and slurring is a series of startling staccato starts and stops. Seems we should shy away from such in any stream support-based scribing and scribing. How'd I do?
I think
Did I pronounce any of those right?
I think Sanguine's missing sending me like obscure sword names to make ads for.
He gets bored. Thank you so much, Sanguine. That's very kind of you.
But Allen told the newspaper that the white people named in his resolution, quote, exhibited tremendous courage to fight for just causes, unquote, and that his aim is to draw more white people into Black History Month celebrations. In a memo to lawmakers, he wrote that it is important to view African American history, quote, in a way that raises the prominence of that part of our mutual history so that it is the center of our attention, and to, quote, demonstrate our unity by highlighting an aspect of American history. Quote, when we say that it has nothing to do with us as European Americans and that we should not be involved in Black History Month and the celebration of Black History Month, we're missing the larger point, he told the newspaper.
Yeah, but when Black people say, you know, we need to learn our history, we need to know what our history is, they mean the only specific parts that say that we were what we did. We don't need to know about white people who helped us. We don't need to know about anything else outside of that. If it's not making us exclusively look good, then we don't need to learn about it. That's how it goes. We want to learn about our history, just not all of it. We want to be very selective. Because that's what's important. If you ain't brown, get out of town.
Also, if you
ain't brown meat down.
If you disagree with me, I'm going to talk to you like you're a plantation slave owner. Like, Jesus.
Maybe I'm just too white to get the problem here.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like, okay, like I could see the issue if the white people listed were like the fucking slave owners or something like that.
Sure.
Like, we need to honor them, but it was people who helped. Some of those people were integral to the whole thing. Like a lot of the Black activists and stuff who were doing stuff and fighting back. In a lot of stories, were not able to without the white people who helped them do it. Like they wouldn't have been able to do it.
If a white person ended up giving their life for a civil rights march or a protest or aiding slaves or something and trying to escape, are they not worthy of some kind of recognition?
No, well, no, because they treat them the same way they do, you know, like the frontline Antifa and all of the major slacktivists and stuff in the top. They're expendable. Like they are sacrificing themselves because that's what they're supposed to do. They're expendable. They don't deserve to be in this movement anyway, but they should be happy that we let them lick the bottom of our feet. They should be happy and they should be glad to die for the shit that their ancestors did. So fuck them. Yeah, they helped us, but I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah, I think according like the lady I just did the video on, if I get her perspective on it, she'd say something to the effect of they shouldn't be called heroes just for being basic humans.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, they were doing what they were supposed to do, and that's serving us. And now that we're done with them, they can be forgotten.
Sinatra raid.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Sin. Hi, sinners. Sin, what were you thinking, man? What were you thinking?
Well, he's the high priest of the Veganegelicals.
Oh my goodness!
Didn't you hear his video? He has declared himself the high priest of the First Vegangelical Church of Celery.
I still haven't watched it because I was going to watch it after my stream, but then I went to the store and straight to sleep, so I haven't got to see it. But then, dude, you debated fucking Ask Yourself. I made a video about Ask Yourself once, and on Ask Yourself's videos, he rolls footage of animals being slaughtered. So I rolled footage of steaks being fried. Yeah, that dude's insane.
All right. This one comes from Peter Stewart. It's actually something that got I forget how it got to me, but like a director of a horror movie tweeted this out. And I was like, well, I hope it's true, but I've heard this before many, many times over the last like 10 or 15 years. Dementia prevention vaccine ready for human trials, researchers say. A vaccine designed to prevent dementia is ready to enter the human trial stage within 2 years after successful tests on mice, researchers say. The study, published in the journal Alzheimer's Research and Therapy, explores the 20 years of US-backed research that was mostly carried out at South Australia's Flinders University by Nikolai Petrovsky. The treatment consists of a combination of 2 drugs that target and remove brain plaque and tau protein aggregate that are linked to the neurodegeneration and cognitive decline exhibited in Alzheimer's disease. Petrovsky told Australia's The Daily Telegraph in an interview published Tuesday that, quote, this vaccine could be revolutionary, unquote, but warned that it would be a while before it was available to the general public, just like they've been saying for the last 20 years. The release states that Alzheimer's disease is the leading cause of age-related dementia and affects approximately 5.7 million people in the U.S., and that many other promising drugs have previously failed in clinical trials. Yeah. I ain't getting my hopes up, but I always, hope springs eternal because given my family's history, I'm probably going to lose my mind as well.
I'm all for them testing and trying. Keep trying, guys, until you get it right.
Yep. Like I say, fingers crossed, but I'll believe it when I see it actually proven.
I'm 44. I'm getting real close. Don Vite, thank you. If they were heroes, then they weren't basic humans. Heroes are exceptional.
Well, but here's the thing: like I said, the lady in the video I just did. She was talking about white women in feminism, but her attitude was a white woman promoting inclusion and feminism shouldn't be called a hero just for being a basic human being. Even though they were doing something that I suppose was exceptional in her eyes compared to the rest of the white women, she shouldn't be given any special recognition just for doing what, like Satsu said, what she was supposed to be doing.
Hi, Sinatra, you crazy fuck.
Hello.
I tuned in for exactly 3 seconds of your debate, and I was like, oh, fuck, I can't.
Did you listen to the part where he was screaming at me to shut up?
I did not.
That was my favorite part.
Anyway, Alzheimer's. No, we were on the chick. Is it considered exceptional, the Scribe? I'm curious about this part.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not exceptional because she was a white woman, or was the work actually exceptional, but because she was white, it didn't count? I don't understand the difference.
Well, that is the second one, basically.
Yeah. So as far as I understand the logic, every white woman in feminism should be fighting for the inclusion of all women of all kinds as a default. And so white women who are doing that shouldn't be considered special for doing what they should be doing, even though by saying all white women are doing this, the speaker is being racist and assuming that most white women are racist.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, so, I mean, in a sense, she's not wrong. Like, if I'm walking down the street and I decide not to kick a puppy, I shouldn't be called a hero for just being a compassionate, reasonable, rational, civilized person, right? Okay, that's probably true. Like, hey guys, I didn't kick that puppy. You probably look at me like I'm nuts because I would have said something like that. So in that sense, I suppose she's right. The problem is that where she's coming from in her heart of hearts for making that statement is not pure, let's say.
So white people are supposed to be doing this. So if they are, don't cheer them on.
Right. Don't encourage them. Don't encourage them because that's giving them some kind of credit for being special or something, I guess.
Okay. Can we get one more story, and then we're going to wrap this up a little bit early because I want to hear from Sinatra's YouTube channel tonight.
Sure. Let's go out with something. Speaking of, this is a complete accident. Speaking of dogs, even though I didn't plan it this way, we'll do this one from Desert Tramp. Police: woman admitted to passing off her dog's urine as hers for drug test.
Wow.
Madam, your sample has fleas.
Can you now? And it's not your first guess, but can you imagine what state this is coming from?
Oh,
It's not your first guess. I know what your first guess would be given the tempo of our show, but it's not. So take a guess elsewise.
Illinois.
No, not Illinois.
California.
Not California. Satsu?
New York.
It's safe to say a Kentucky woman is in the doghouse for something involving her dog.
Wait. Repeat that headline.
Woman admitted to passing off her dog's urine as hers for
No,
drug test.
The subheadline.
There is no
The
subtext.
next line.
I was reading the first line of the article. Okay. It's safe to say a Kentucky woman is in the doghouse for something involving.
Oh my God.
Terrible writing.
Real quick before you move on, thank you, Frosted Glass, who says, I kicked it. That puppy was a dick. There you go. So she's in the doghouse. She passed off pee. Continue, please.
According to police in Pineville, Kentucky, 40-year-old Julie Miller is arrested. Is like now, like the second? How about was maybe? Is arrested and accused of tampering with physical evidence and violation probation. How about violation of probation? Who the fuck wrote this? Was this CNN? No, this is Fox. After she admitted to officers that she tried to pass her dog's urine as hers during a drug test. Police say the incident unraveled on Monday, December 30th, when a parole officer told police that Miller brought in the dog urine for the drug test because a test of her urine would show that she had used meth and a drug called Suboxone. Miller, according to police, also had a warrant issued by sheriffs in another Kentucky county for alleged trafficking of a controlled substance. Was that controlled substance dog pee by any chance?
Well, I don't think Suboxone is going to show up like that on the test because that's a prescription.
Meth will.
Yeah, meth will.
It depends on where she got it, whether it's, I mean, if it's not a prescription, if she got it elsewise, then it could be a violation. So.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway, there you go, guys. Thank you for all the stories.
Wow. You know, I know lots of people who try to get around their drug test, but it's always for pot. It's not meth is going to light this bitch up. I need somebody to pee for me. All right. Well,
it is Kentucky.
Good luck to you, sweetheart. With that, guys, we are going to move on to YouTube time. And Satsu, what you did today?
I didn't do anything today for YouTube time because I was trying to get the house in order because I had one of those rare times Squishy was off. So I was like, I'm going to clean. And I guess technically I did because I did a cooking video that I recorded. So there you go. I recorded a cooking video.
Fair enough. Scribbles, what you did?
Well, I found a video that I might work on. Part of what I look out for when I do these videos is looking out for the next fad phrase or buzzword that's going to come to fruition at some point. And there was one from maybe about a year and a half ago on a TEDx talk that I was sure was going to become a new hot commodity. And that is the phrase diversity debt.
Oh, right.
And I'll give you the very brief definition. This is the theory that looking at a company's makeup, you can somehow measure how much that company would have made otherwise if their employees were more diverse.
What?
Now, how you do that is a matter of new math or something. If I do this video, I will put a link up to the original where the lady lays it out. I think she was trying to become. There's a lot of people on TEDx and other places that give presentations with these new buzzwords because I think they're trying to take off like white fragility or something and make a career out of one topic. So she did diversity debt. So for a long time, I kept looking for that phrase, and I only ever saw it like in a couple of places, minor kind of thing. But now I found a video where it has crossed the pond and is being employed by some companies in the UK. And there's a little two-person interview thing where they talk about the subject. And since I haven't done anything on that, I want to see how it's evolved or how they've interpreted it since then. So I'm looking at that now. I just caught it today. I'm gonna try starting to script it tomorrow, maybe, and we'll see. Other than that, I'm thinking I might do another live commentary this weekend, but I haven't decided on what yet. So that's it.
All righty. Let's see. I did a monkey in the morning, and then I did an after party based on a tweet that I received, which we can get to a little bit later on. Sinatra.
4 minutes.
Oh, Sinatra's in the background talking to Shelly.
No, I'm talking to Siri, actually.
Talking to Siri.
Yeah, I have a timer set for 4 minutes so I could recalibrate my.
Did you say Satsu was in the background talking to Shelly?
Did I?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
Look, one of these S motherfuckers is in the background talking to Siri.
S motherfuckers.
S motherfuckers.
All right.
That's racist.
Snoot,
Yes.
have you done anything on YouTube today?
Yeah, I put out a video this morning about a guy who tried to claim religious exempt status because he got fired from his job for financial advice. He was telling people not to invest in the companies. I forget what it is.
401k or whatever.
Yeah, not to invest in the company's portfolio. So he got fired for it. And then you try to say that it was because he's a vegan. So we try to get like veganism as religion in the UK.
Look, many of us have called it a religion, but this is the first time I've seen one of them admit it.
Yeah.
Well, in the UK, I think you can get something turned into a religion officially if there's like a majority vote. Because like Jedi is official religion in the UK because of a popular vote.
Yeah, he worked for an animal rights group that their whole thing is to stop fox hunting and something else. So he worked for them. Then he got fired from them. He tried to say it's because he's a vegan, so that didn't go over too well. And then I put out a creepypasta.
You did something else today.
Did I?
You did.
What did I do?
You had a talk with an asshole.
Oh, that's right. I tried to push that out of my memory because it was fucking terrible.
How did that go? Seriously, dude. Like I said, I only tuned in for half a second. I was like, holy shit.
To start it off.
Real quick, we're talking about he had a debate with Ask Yourself, a vegan on YouTube.
He came to me earlier today. He messaged me and he said, "Hey, I saw your video. Do you not like vegans or something?" I said, "I'm not a vegan myself, but it doesn't bother me." So he got mad. He said, "All right, well, since you're not a vegan, I'm gonna grill you. We're gonna have a conversation." I said, "Well, maybe when I have time. I'm a pretty busy person. I have a lot of stuff to do." So I said, "I might have time next Thursday." He's like, "So you're dodging?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You're dodging." I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, I don't know your position." I said, "Well, okay, let me back up a little bit." I said, "Do you even know my position on veganism?" And this is I usually don't drop DMs, but I'm okay with just dropping this exact quote from him. Let me find it so I can read it out to you. "I don't know your exact position, but I know it's not veganism. That means there's stuff I want to grill you on." So I was like, "All right, let's do this for 8:00 tonight. I'll have a little bit of time." And it just went downhill from there.
Were you familiar with him before this?
Yeah, him and I had a conversation like 2 years ago.
Yeah, he went around there for a long time. Anybody with a decent sized channel demanding debates with them for to debate veganism.
Yeah, I was just about to say that sounds to me like you're popular. I'm not. I need some attention. I'm going to call you a coward if you don't let me on your show.
I called him on that during the stream because he said, "That's what I do. I go around and find people with followings and expose them."
Yeah.
I said, "So the only reason you're on my channel right now because I have a bigger following than you?" He's like, "Well, if I remember correctly." Oh, hold on 1 second, guys.
Siri's giving him back talk.
The suspense is killing me.
I had to wait till 10:00 exactly to plug my timer in. But no, he's like, I asked him on that, and I said, "Are you just on my channel because I have a decent following on YouTube?" He's like, "What? I had you on my channel when I had more subs than you." And I was like, "Dude, you had like 2,000 more subs than me at the time. It's not that big of a difference. Now I have 10 times as many as you do, and you're still being the same prick you were then. He's like, we had a good conversation last time. And I was like, yeah, because you weren't being an asshole. At one point, and I'm not exaggerating, you can go look this up if you don't believe me. He literally, wait, hold on.
What? This is like a episodic Netflix show or something.
Yeah, tune in next time.
And tune in next time for the next part of the Sinatra story.
Watching Dragon Ball Z, which is ironic.
9,000.
I had to get it plugged in at exactly 10 o'clock or else it'll be all fucking off. It's one of those timers. So he's where did I leave off?
I don't know.
He wasn't an asshole last time.
And I said, because you didn't come at me like a douchebag last time. Last time you said you wanted to have a conversation. This time you are literally screaming at me to shut up because I'm not answering the weird boxed question you put me into. He tried saying, and I'm really not trying to misquote him here. The exact question was, if you took your mom and you genetically modified her to the point where she wasn't a human being, would you be okay with someone killing her, packaging her up, and selling her at Whole Foods?
Wait, we've left aliens and gone to changing your mom's DNA?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, that doesn't even make sense. He's like, do you not understand theories? Do you not understand what theories are?
Oh my God.
It's a theory, a vegan theory.
So if my mom wasn't human,
if your mom was a cow, would you want her on my?
Well, what makes humans and animals different? And I said, the ability to create a consciousness. And he's like, okay, so disabled people, they can't create. Are you okay with Holocaust?
Fuck you.
No, you have no consciousness.
He said that. He said disabled people cannot create. Are you
This
okay
motherfucker
with disabled people? And
real quick, Snubberth in chat or in super chat. Thank you so much. An altered human is still human, indeed.
And I was like, yes, I am exactly okay. And in this tone, yes, I am okay with holocausting disabled people.
He should ask his friend.
And he literally thought I meant that. The fucking autist thought I meant that. But then
he should ask his friend Vegan Gaines about eating retarded people.
But then we started getting more into it, and you can tell if you start listening in the beginning and then more towards the end, he progressively got way more mad. And then I finally called him on the disabled people shit, and I was like, disabled people can create things, right? Like Ricky Berwick is pretty fucking disabled, and he still creates a lot of shit. And he's like, no, that's not what I meant.
Too late.
I'm like, but you said it. Then he wanted me to define the word bad. And I said, bad is not good. Bad. Like, what do you mean? And he's like, no, I need an actual definition, an objective definition of the word bad. And I was like, okay, not good. And he's like, well, what does that mean then? Like this, he came to take a W home on a debate. I came to have a conversation.
Oh yeah. What was it? You tweeted out, or did you mention it today? Did we talked earlier for just a brief second? But you said you'd forgotten how vegans were.
Yeah, I forgot how annoying they were because he was literally throwing a hissy fit in my DMs.
Have you gotten a lot of response on the video from vegans?
I don't know. Let me go check. I don't think I got a lot of views on the video at all. I think I have a memory hold this week. I've noticed it's an alternating week thing. It'll be like 1 or 2 weeks where I get really good views, and then 1 or 2 weeks where I get really bad views. I'm in a bad view thing. 30 dislikes. No.
Oh yeah, the vegans haven't seen it yet.
No, not bad. And even if it is, I'm not attacking vegans in the video.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though if you say anything bad about a vegan. I'm actually surprised vegans don't get upset when you talk bad about Hitler because he was vegan.
Yeah, I did not mention vegans in the video at all. I don't think I said one disparaging thing about vegans in the video at all. Because honestly,
in chat, Jack just said he did say being against pedos was subjective. What?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I said I am objectively against people fucking kids. And he said, "Oh, so you're a moral objectivist now?" I was like, "I think everyone can pretty much agree that it is bad to fuck kids," and he disagreed with that. And then he tried to say, he tried to tell me that I am going to tell people that he thinks it's okay to fuck kids. I don't think he thinks that, but I think his not condemning it as morally wrong is pretty bad.
I used to get shit from the vegans, specifically for Ask Yourself, because he seems to have a problem telling the difference between animals and humans. And I say, I don't want him left alone with an animal because it'll get knocked up.
Oh, God.
Because he does. He has this inability to separate humans from animals, from other animals. Cryptic, thank you. I wanted to punch my dick listening to that. Oof.
Yeah, it was a bad one. It was really entertaining. And I knew going into it kind of what it would be, but it surpassed all hiccup. It surpassed all of my expectations.
Yeah, he's like vegan gains with autism. He's He used to go around to all of the big YouTubers and he would call you out if you didn't debate him. Just go away.
That's the thing is I don't have time for debates. I didn't have time to go research veganism and shit. I'm a busy motherfucker. The only reason I'm here right now and not recording is you can probably tell my voice is a little worn out.
Well, having to yell over that motherfucker.
And that's the thing is the only time I yelled was when I was making fun of him because he was mouth fucking and screaming into the microphone like this close. And I know I peak pretty bad sometimes, but he was just screaming into the microphone. Shut up, shut up, shut up. You're not listening. Answer the question. Sinatra. Now, it was insane, dude.
And this is why when people ask, what's the craziest group you've dealt with on YouTube? Vegans win, hands down, you guys. Hands down.
I think I kind of upset him. And I did not mean for this to be upsetting or anything, but I was like, dude, you're kind of being a Sargon right now. You think you're a lot smarter than you actually are. You cannot have a conversation. You have to go, well, define this. What's this? What is this? Like, you're being a fucking douchebag.
Yeah. Don't eat people, guys. There you go.
And then I was like, you realize that you acting this way is exactly what turns people off from vegans? And he's like, I don't think that. And then he said, vegans are more likely to be discriminated against than transgender people.
Well, that might be true. I don't know.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not saying trans people have it easier than vegans. I'm just saying vegans are more likely to be made fun of.
That's not discrimination.
But
that's not what that means.
I suggest you guys go watch it. It was he was definitely angry. And I think that's why I took the W home, because he got angry, like very angry. I don't think he's going to upload that. If I were him, I wouldn't.
My I've dealt with him twice, and both times, it was the same thing. So I'm not shocked. Because people said you were debating a vegan, I popped over there just real quick and I saw who it was. I was like, oh hell. Oh hell
no.
Yeah, he got very unhappy. He was screaming into the microphone, yelling at me to shut up, that I have to answer his question. And if I didn't answer his exact question, because he was asking me these weird fucked up things like, what if we genetically modified your mom? Would you still think it's okay to kill her and sell her at Whole Foods? I was like, dude, this question doesn't make any sense. We're talking about the real world, not this fake made up world where we have fucking genetically modified humans.
I just want to go on record saying it's never okay to eat your mom. Snoot, you're supposed to check your Streamlabs.
Oh shit, I don't even have it open. Thank you. Oh wait, there's two here. Martin, then Martin backwards. For 50 says, next time you debate a vegan, do it in the kitchen frying some steaks. Well done, Snoot. Thank you, Martin Nertum. And Tur for 2 said, Here you go, a reward for winning that joke of the debate. Thank you.
Well, there you go. And with that, we're going to move on to our next segment, which is intranet fucketry. Satsu, you got anything today?
Here, let me take a peek real quick. If I did, it was only one thing because, like I said, I was up and about like all day. But I do think I popped my head over on Twitter for a second. Let's see what we got here. Nope.
Okay.
The only thing I commented on was the let's see how perverted your what is it, your predictive text.
Oh.
And they said you have to type in let me stick my blank in your blank. And mine was what was it? Hold on. It was can I stick my finger in your mouth? And I don't have any backstory for that or why my predictive text would have come up with anything like that, but it did. So I retweeted it over on Twitter. Participate if you like to. Some people's predictive text was saying some outlandish shit. So that's pretty much all the fucketry I engaged in today.
Scribbles, any humpetry today?
Only one that kind of stands out. There was a story that was put out today. Does it say who is it from? No, but there's a headline that's out today. It says, you know the American Girl doll line? You know, the girls' dolls?
Sure.
American Girl releases first doll with hearing loss.
Pardon?
It's a doll.
And I said, that's nothing. Mattel has been releasing full-on eunuchs with its Ken dolls since 1961. I don't know. I don't have any other information other than a headline. I don't think any other information is necessary. And lastly, because I only had a couple, the Washington Post posted this headline: 6 decorating trends that need to die. And I said, hard-hitting journalism from the Washington Post, which is now a glorified blog. And other than that, I just want to say I retweeted out a deep fake video. It's this guy who does impressions of celebrities and things, and so they've got a side-by-side of him reading this poem, basically, and to his side is a version of him with his face keeps changing every line to a different celebrity that's impersonating. These deep fakes, man, are getting really fucking creepy. They're so seamless. It's really creepy, I was going to say. Other than that, that's all I got.
All right. Sinatra, any fucketry besides your debate there?
Let me look. I know. Oh, yeah. There's quite a bit. 2020 is starting out with a fucking bang, dude. CNN is trying to cancel the Pope because they slapped a woman.
I finally saw that video, and if I was him, I'd have slapped her too.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. People are canceling James Charles because he sang a song, and Keemstar tweeted it out, and he put the word nigga in his tweet. So people are now mad at Keemstar.
Yeah. Don't move on so fast from there, because that's the name of the stream tonight, guys. They're canceling James Charles again because of this, and I'm going to tell you what my opinion is on this once again. This wasn't an insult. This wasn't something said in anger. It was a word in a song they were singing along to. I have no problem with it. Get over it, people.
I saw one hardcore soy-infested dude who said that when the word comes up in a song, he uses the word fella.
Oh, jeez.
I thought that was pretty good. Just exploring... I just drooled all over myself. Exploring that hashtag. I got a cough drop in.
Oh, okay.
Just exploring that hashtag was a journey in and of itself.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's the hashtag, what is it, James Charles is over party?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, that's too long for a hashtag, guys.
Yeah, hashtags shouldn't take up a quarter of your fucking character limits.
And this is like the 3rd time I know about James Charles being canceled. It just... Get over it. It's somebody singing a song. Shut up.
I'm still not sure why James Charles is even a thing, but then I don't watch makeup videos. So.
But yeah, he's a gay makeup artist on himself.
A gay makeup
That's
artist.
it.
Yeah, so that is my hashtag 2020 so far. CNN is trying to cancel the Pope, and James Charles is on the outs because he sang a song. So far, well, and the vegan dude's trying to get a religion made out of it. So 2020 is really exceeding my expectations in day one.
Yeah, the James Charles thing, I get so annoyed by that. I really do. If you want to talk about, okay, you can't say it. One, I don't agree with you, but at least that I understand. You're talking about singing with a song. I want you guys to try this. Pick a song, pick a country song, learn the words, and just try to skip a certain word every time they say it. Give it a try. See how well it works out. Now,
pick the word truck or fishing or sister.
I will say this, James Charles, are you a fucking idiot? Somebody told me that that's not the way the world works. And I got to tell you guys, I'm not going to lie to you. When I'm singing along with Straight Outta Compton, I don't censor myself.
Me neither.
When I'm singing Fuck the Police, I don't censor myself. But James Charles, man, you fucking filmed this yourself and put it on the internet. What were you thinking, dumbass? He's already got in trouble for dropping N-bombs before. Did you think that your gay card was going to outweigh the N-word?
Oh, wow. I got a new piece of fucketry if you're interested.
Oh, what you got?
Linda Ronstadt said Trump is, quote, like Hitler, and Mexicans are the new Jews.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up in a weird way.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys seen this stuff going around with Joe Biden right now?
What is that?
No, not. What do you do now?
Joe's giving a speech somewhere, and I'm not sure where. I don't know what this is from, but I'm gonna put this in the chat here. It is a long series of things, which where's chat? There we go. The worst of them that he said, and again, I want to say this. I don't necessarily think he's wrong with what he says here, but I can't believe he said it out loud.
Okay.
He said, Biden. It says Biden proclaims European identity of America. Our culture is not imported from some African nation, from some Asian nation. It's from European nations. He's going hardcore alt-right, and I don't think this stuff is all right. He's actually right about what he's saying. But like, Joe,
allowed to be correct in 2000.
Like, Joe, do you realize this has been the stuff that if you say it out loud, you have to be canceled, man. You have to be canceled. But there's this whole long list of shit that he's saying that is it's just weird to watch. And when he's doing this part about we have a European culture. You know what, guys? I can do this. I can put it just up on the screen here. Hang on. You've got to hear it. The way he says it. It's like Emperor Palpatine levels of talking, man.
Well, if he goes, "I am the Senate," then I'm going to be really impressed.
Well,
the culture, our culture.
Whoa.
Our culture. It's not imported from some African nation or some Asian nation. It's our English jurisprudential culture.
What?
Culture.
Oh my God.
Dude, the way he's saying the word culture is making my back tingle.
I mean, the way he says it, even more so than what he's saying. I mean, he is so passionate. Like, were you just listening to a Richard Spencer piece? What, Joe?
I was just about to say that sounds like something that I would hear on a alt-right podcast talking about race realism or something.
Our culture.
Our culture.
Like,
our culture.
Our culture.
Well, he forgot one key thing. White
What's that?
people have no culture except
No,
for
that's right.
everything that black people want to participate in that they're being told they're not allowed to.
Hold on, I gotta go smack down a child. I'll be right back.
What the fuck?
You want?
You
Just,
guys ever thought about that before? How like classical theater and ballet and all this other stuff that came from pretty much predominantly European places. Like all this stuff, black people are demanding that they be included in. Like we should have representation in all these things or whatever. But whenever it comes to their culture, they're like, you're not allowed to appropriate our culture. You're not allowed to do anything that has anything to do with us, our culture, or lay claim to it. But we demand to be represented in everything. I'm just like, how does that work?
Jackass, did he go on to say the 14 words? Not that I'm aware of.
Oh my god.
Well, when I saw it, because it come, it's a tweet, so they quoted just part of it. I'm like, okay, it had to be in some other context. And I'm watching, I'm like, Joe!
Was this a speech he just gave like recently?
It seems to be, because somebody's just tweeting out bits and pieces of it over the last hour.
Okay.
I haven't seen the whole thing. I don't know. Joe, it seems like you need to go take a nap. You obviously didn't get DNC talking points, though, that's for sure. Now, the final one I have today, I didn't get a chance to actually read the story, but this is from USA Today. And just the headline is like, what the fuck are you talking about? It says, armed, even in church. Texas shooting is about a lot more than Jack Wilson's heroism. Jack Wilson is a hero, but why were so many other parishioners armed? And how did the shooter get his gun given his criminal history? And it goes on to in the tweet where USA Today tweeted this out, is what it says. Jack Wilson is exactly the type of person you want around a gun because he's a firearm instructor. But we know nothing about at least 6 other parishioners who appear to draw their handguns. And that's terrifying.
Oh my god.
Fucking what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're going to assume they're bad because we don't know anything about them.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I just broke my fucking chair.
What'd you do?
I flopped in it too hard for the 10,000th time. It's an old chair. I'm just going to stick another shim under it and it'll fix it for now.
There you go.
Dude, this chair is literally held together by shims.
I just loved this tweet. Like, we know nothing about those other people who had guns. Obviously, you should be worried about them. Did you guys see the little Dankula video he put out? I can't remember if I talked about it on this show or on Monkey in the Morning, but where he talked about when he was in Texas, there were like 4 or 5 guys in front of him, all who had hip holsters on.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells people back home about that, and they're like, aren't you afraid? And he's like, no, that is the safest I've ever felt in my life. Because nobody was going to fuck with that store while those guys were in it.
Yeah, when was the last time you heard about a fucking NRA meeting being shot up?
Right?
Or a gun store with a mass shooter in it? It doesn't happen.
Now, they do accidentally ask the right question there in the story itself, at least the headline of the story. Mm-hmm. How did the shooter get the gun?
Illegally?
Because criminals do that, you shitbag.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it?
But no, you need to be...
It is fascinating how people who see the worst in everybody, everybody's a piece of shit, except for me, of course. Can't figure out why criminals criminalized.
Criminalized. Son of a bitch.
Wow.
Why do y'all be criminating? I don't get it. How do bad people get things they shouldn't have? It's like I don't fucking know. Person who thought that white dude in the elevator was fucking going to murder you because he was white. He was just standing there minding his own business. Yes, how do criminals get their hands on fucking weapons?
The asshole who wrote this almost compares those other 6 people to the criminal. You should be worried about them. They ain't do nothing wrong. They drew their weapons on somebody who had shot 2 people. Anyway, my final bit, I don't include this necessarily in fucketry because it's just funny to me. But I was told today that I was internalizing my ableism.
Oh, what?
Funnetry?
the other day that hashtag "you might be ableist if" was trending, and I responded, "If you take it seriously, you're a fucking moron." And I was told today, or this was a response to it, and this is called internalized ableism. Because I don't think you should be running around there bitching about being, living in an ableist society. They have stairs, and that's not fair to people in wheelchairs, you guys. Fuck right off.
I have never understood ableism. Like I've never. I mean, I get the concept behind treating somebody who is disabled like shit, and that being wrong. But like we live in a society full of very physically capable people that caters to those physically capable people. I'm just like, why wouldn't it? Why would you? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I have a hard time really understanding that concept.
I got one more tidbit of fucketry.
Hold that thought for 1 second, because I want to address what Satsu said there. It comes from a place of feeling like you're lesser because you are. Disabled people, you might not want to hear this. You're not normal. You're not. And the world is built for normal people because that makes sense. We build it for the norm, not for those of us who are abnormal. The world shouldn't revolve around me because I am the exception, not the rule. And yeah, there's a lot of disabled people who, for very good reason, have a chip on their shoulder, and they don't know any other way to deal with it. So it's got to be that the ableist world is out to get them, or there's something wrong with that, rather than being, look, you're just a little fucked up. Shit happens. Get on with your life.
Yeah, I get that too, and I understand that. It just, they don't apply that to everything, and it bugs me because I'm just like, if you live in a place where it only rains one time a year, do you still leave the house with an umbrella every day?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, then we have an issue. Like there's some inconsistencies here that we are working with, because you are telling me that we should cater to the not norm. We should cater to the lowest denominator. And I'm like, I'm not against doing things to help support those people, because obviously we should do that. They exist. Why not put some accommodations out there to help people, where needed? Sure. But to cater specifically, like everything needs to transition to specifically cater to the 1%. Like, yeah. What? Basic math is defeating your narrative.
Well, when you're disabled, it's an easy thing to point to, because it gives you something to hate. It has been my experience. And yeah, look, I got to be honest with you. You know, ramps, I fucking hate ramps. I'd rather take stairs myself. Now, somebody in a wheelchair can't do that. It just hurts less, because walking up an incline for me sucks. But they do those things to try to help integrate, us fucking weirdos into the rest of society, where 1,000 years ago they'd have just left us to die, because how would they? The world has come a long way. Y'all need to come with it and stop your fucking bitching. Anyway, Sin, you said you had one more.
Yeah, someone tweeted out in big fucking pink neon letters, "Making women come." And someone replied to it, "Why would I make a woman do anything? Her body, her choice."
Yes.
I had fucking 45,000 likes.
Yes. Let her take care of her own damn self. She's a strong, independent woman.
Yeah, I'm finished. You got it. I believe in you. Dude, that's fucked up.
I appreciate the assist, but I wouldn't want to take your agency away from you.
That's
Could
right.
you imagine just like one night standing with a chick and she's like, that's it? You're like, I'm finished. But you are a strong, independent woman. I don't want to take this away from you.
Well, don't forget, we're not supposed to say things like, I gave her an orgasm, because that takes away her agency.
Right.
Remember that shit? Yeah. So do it your damn self, baby.
I almost forgot about that one.
I tell you what, I'll go make you a sandwich while you finish up. I'll be nice and diverse today. I'll make you the sandwich. Anyhow, God damn it. That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that one, Sanut. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your time. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into the chat now. We will do our very best to pay attention to them. Remember, questions for us, lots of question marks, what we call the chat marks around here, and statements, lots of statement marks so that we know they're for us. If you're talking to each other, please don't do that because it does make it hard for us to tell. Next 6 minutes, thank you so much. Who says, Happy New Year, Lords of the Night and Sanut? High fives all. Well, high five back. Thank you so much.
One of those dollars.
Thank you.
Good luck with that.
Shit. I am $1 away from a horse cock.
Oh, wow.
Guys, hit that Streamlabs.
El Vaquero says, Lords of the Night, I have many large mountains in my area. Is not leveling them for handicap access ableist? Yes. And your question is ableist because I couldn't read it very well.
I got 2 claims on my stupid fucking stream. Damn it.
Yes, we need to level the entire country. It just needs to be flat from side to side.
I remember the first time I got upset about hearing about this was having a conversation with somebody about left-handed people.
Oh,
it was like they were like, it should just be common. Like it's a standard and everything should be left-hand accessible. And I'm just like, wouldn't that just be a massive waste of resources? Like on the overall, just a bunch of shit that can't be used, but by pretty much exclusively left-handed people. And eventually they came to the point, like after I talked them out of their stupidity enough, they were just like, no, I just think that everything should come with left-handed accessibility by default. So that way left people aren't left out of anything. And I'm like, okay, maybe I don't know who's gonna put forth the resources to make sure everything in existence is left-hand accessible. But I don't disagree with your want to not be included, or with your want to not be left out, I guess I should say.
You said left too many times.
I was about to say, every time you say left out, I feel offended.
Left out.
God damn it.
I didn't even realize that.
See, that's exactly. You're blind to your own discrimination, Satsu.
Yep.
God damn it.
We don't say right out, do we?
Yeah, do we, Satsu?
Damn.
He's a hand racist. My mom was left-handed, and she learned to do everything just right-handed. She was still left-handed for writing and stuff, but she loved to knit, and she had to teach herself to knit. But all the knitting books, they show you how to do it right-handed. So that's how she learned to fucking do it. Mm-hmm. Lefties, you're not excluded from the world. You just need to try harder.
I'm offended. It's called writing, monkey.
Well, majority rules.
Oh.
Toasted asks, how is overpopulation bad for the environment, but veganism is good for it? I don't know. You have to ask a vegan. I've never had brain damage. I'm not a vegan.
Oh, Sanguine for 5 said, let's hear some Fox and Peppers then. And a Family Farmer for $1 said, impulse and instinctive are action. I'm sorry, I fucked that up. Impulse and instinctive actions are animalistic. Critical thinking is a human trait. There's a big difference. Thank you guys, each one of those. Monkey, how many donations have you got this stream?
This stream, I don't know.
Can you check?
Not specifically for this stream.
Why?
How do you check it? Because I've had 3 streams today. This is my 3rd stream.
How much you had for the day?
For the day, we're well over enough to do it.
All right, let's hit a horse back then. The first one of the year took fucking long enough. Holy shit!
Your obsession with horse dick is
no
strange.
Horse cock.
Yeah, there's a big difference there.
Use the proper pronoun, Satsu.
Can you define dick for me?
Yes.
Like horse cock, send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course, cock. Grab the loop and slam the day away. As I take more cock, horse cock, shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock?
Yes.
We'll never give you a day.
You waiting that whole time just to squeeze that one in there?
It was perfectly placed.
And
sold
that-
the deer
that
through
statement afterwards was also perfectly placed.
Oh fuck yeah!
Just
Sold his
squeeze
deer
that
for
in
a buck, cash for the cock. As someone with ADHD, the last thing I want is to be fucking catered to, and I don't want unnecessary attention. Left-handed also does not make me feel special, just different.
Well, see, that's the problem for a lot of people. It is the only. I went into this. If you guys want to hear my further thoughts on this, watch at least the first half hour of the after party this afternoon. For a lot of people, this is the
Second monkey in the morning.
this is the only thing special about them. So, or at least that's what they believe. Lords of the Night, which do you like better, caramel popcorn or cheese popcorn? It depends on who makes it.
Yeah,
I eat
Yeah,
them both at the same time.
I would generally go for cheese, but also
Mhm.
depends on the occasion too. Like sometimes caramel popcorn makes more sense at like a sports game than it does cheese popcorn.
I love me some cheese popcorn though. What would you name your laser pistol if you had one?
Pew pew.
Oh, well done.
Han shot first.
Horsecock.
I would call it shoot the whoop.
Nicholas asks, why do vegans hate everyone else? Have you seen their diet? If you were subsisting on that shit, you'd hate everyone too. Plus, they're often very much deprived of vitamins. Vitamins and necessary minerals that help you act like a human being. Check Your Logic asks, who's worse, Greta Thunberg or Ask Yourself? Those are not fair comparisons, to be honest.
Greta.
Greta's a kid who's just repeating shit she's heard. Ask Yourself's a grown man who should know better, so I'm going to go with him. Satsu, what happened to year 20,192? Happy New Year for you.
What happened? That's not what that said. Oh, I was wondering, like, are people actually confused? That I posted something earlier that said it's official. 2020 is canceled, and we're having 2019 too.
Oh,
Yeah, part
And I was like, no, like, absolutely fucking not. 2019 does not need a sequel. We are good. Let us proceed on to 2020, please, and thank you.
RJ asks, is Ask Yourself a pseudo-intellectual? Yes.
He put the video up. Let's see if he edited himself screaming out.
Will It Forge says, Monk, ramps suck, super painful. I quite agree. The local Walmart, the one that is most local, isn't flat, and you can feel it. There's definite ramps all through that place, and it sucks. Caramon says, I ain't making no goddamn sandwich. That's her job. Well, come on, man. Sometimes you can do a nice thing while she's in there finishing up. Why do vegans suck on the anus so hard? I didn't realize that was something they actually did.
I've read stories, but now that it's confirmed.
Yeah. If your mom's consciousness is transferred into an alien, can she eat you? I think you have to ask Vegan Gains that one. Oh, God, the goddamn. What if aliens came down? Sinatra says, will you leave up the debate for future laughing at Ask Yourself?
Yeah, I was just thumbing through it to see if I could find the part where he was literally screaming, shut up into the microphone, and I couldn't find it, so I think he edited it out. If you want to go look, it's up on his channel, though.
There you go. I gifted her an orgasm. Would that be acceptable?
It's still her body.
You know, Becca, I don't know. Because isn't that's still giving it to her, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't think you're even allowed to say you helped her have one because they're strong in it. Well, you're a strong, independent woman. You know this. You don't need no man for that. How dare you? No, seriously, how dare you? I just dare. Let's see. Lefties are scum. I saw a thing on that on Twitter today. I just don't remember it all. Palpatine 2005, I am the Senate. Palpatine 2019, I am all the Sith.
Yep. That was his line in the movie. I am all the Sith, which makes absolutely no sense. But then there's a lot of things in that movie that just completely say, fuck you, canon, fuck you, lore, whatever.
Gentlemen, how do you see the Democratic debates going, and who do you see winning the Democratic nomination?
The debates are going to proceed as they have, I think. It's just going to be kind of like meh, and I guess Biden won.
It's with the next debates coming after the first round of actual elections, the caucus and the primary. Yep.
Yeah.
I think you might see some people try a little harder to make a name for themselves because it's going to be do or die.
They're going to have to. Yeah, it's going to have to be much more acrimonious than it has been. And I mean, and it has been in spots. We've seen little tiffs here and there, like Kamala Harris versus Biden or Tulsi versus Kamal and that kind of thing. But yeah, so when it comes down to it, Bernie and or Elizabeth and or Buttigieg are going to have to go after Biden pretty firmly, unless they've accepted that they're not going to get anywhere. And if Buttigieg's just like going, I'm just going to go for the VP slot, he might take a soft hand to it.
Hashtag gang.
He's fucking flamed by his own people in the comments.
Who, Buttigieg?
No, ask yourself.
Oh. And as for winning the Democratic nomination, I keep saying Joe, but if he keeps opening his mouth, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Our culture.
Our culture.
Our culture.
Our culture.
I feel like it's like pure desperation at this point for people to be pushing Biden after all these gaffes and stuff, like the stuff that he's been. I'm just like, dude, there is no way if Trump wasn't the opponent, y'all would even be thinking about fucking Biden. Like, there's no way.
I don't know. I just don't know. He keeps talking and he's got the name recognition. And to be honest, not many people are going to see that video.
Yeah.
It's easy to look at something like Twitter and think this is what the world is seeing, but you have to remember that's not going to be played on CNN. There's not going to be a Joe goes alt-right on CNN. The only way that's going to pop up is if Bernie or Warren go after him for it. Me being ableist, I want to hear Ranting Monkey say this. I slit a sheet I slit, upon a slitted sheet I sit. There you go.
Ta-da!
What was the rest of it? Upon a slitted
Shit.
Upon a shitted sheet I sit.
Slitted sheet.
Slitted.
Sinatra sits on a shit seat? What?
I don't know. I couldn't remember what Monkey said.
After the clap, can we get the Pope to say, keep your Pope hand strong? Got to keep that Pope hand strong.
After the clap? The Pope's got the clap?
Slap. Did I say clap? My bad.
He did. He said clap.
That Pope video is hilarious.
I don't understand why people are
the
upset
one
with
right
him.
after it is really bad too, because that is a real. I think we talked about this earlier about him pulling his hand away.
That's the one. Yeah, he pulls his hand away and he slaps her.
No, they did a meet and greet kind of thing with him, and it's a tradition that when you meet the Pope, you kiss his papal ring.
Right.
He wouldn't let anybody do it.
Hmm.
Every time someone leaned down to kiss his ring, he would pull his hand away. Like, okay, that's pretty fucking bad.
Oh, I think I remember that. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
No,
I know why. I have a theory as to why. Somebody got facial herpes from kissing the ring after somebody kissed it and they were infected.
No, he just got out the bathroom.
There you go.
I didn't wipe.
The Pope has not wiped his butt.
No, not the part where he called me stupid, Patrick. The part where he was yelling, "Shut up!" I think he edited that out.
Let's see, where are we at here? The federal government doesn't have any building codes regarding left-handed people, Satsu.
What happened?
They're talking about how there's not left-handed building codes. Left-handed people should do what I did, learn to use both hands for a specific task. Exactly. And look, I'm not saying it's easy, but you can learn. Would you try? Mata says, Ludes, happy New Year. God bless. Could you use a real word for me? I have trouble reading, and he's using fake words. Oh, Ludes, Happy New Year. Would you try grapefruit tequila with bacon-stuffed soft pretzels? No.
Probably not.
Whatever.
I mean, I have to wonder, is there some point at which you're just like going to mail all of these different things that we've selected to Satsu to have him eat? I mean, are you making a list of what you're going to be like preparing and sending out at some point? Because I'm not quite sure otherwise why we keep getting asked these odd questions.
A bacon-stuffed soft pretzel doesn't sound bad, but grapefruit tequila? Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Tequila already tastes like earwax. Like
I love tequila, but I hate grapefruit.
Grapefruit is disgusting.
Which hand is your preferred jack hand?
Your
mama's.
Hi-oh.
Whichever one's the numbness.
I'm right-handed. Is there a choice? I am temporarily, fingers crossed, disabled. I know people stare at me, but it doesn't bug me. If someone wants to help, I thank them for their kindness. In other words, I don't care. Well, one, I do hope it's temporary for you.
Yeah.
But that is a big part of this is there's so many of the disabled people I see whine about that. Like, people stare at me. Like, do you ever look at other people? Then shut up.
Well, the one thing I don't get is like the notion that you shouldn't be surprised at things you're not used to seeing. Where people say like, "Oh, well, people look at me like I'm strange because I got this rare thing that nobody else has," and it's just like, well, if you see something you've never seen before, you're generally shocked, right? They're just like, nope, nothing surprises me.
Oh, no,
I'm never surprised by anything.
Well, I think shocked is kind of like an exclamation. You could see something you've never seen before and be like, oh, that's interesting.
Well, yeah, but you know, or people just kind of stare, you know what I mean, or something like that. But and it's not always malicious. Like, just because somebody's staring at you, that doesn't mean that they're like, oh, look at that gross individual. They're probably just interested. Like,
yeah, curiosity does not necessarily equate to judgmental.
Right.
Well, this person they called me a internalized ableist.
Right.
I went over to their timeline, and they tell a story about their own disabledness. And then they have just a whole ton of cartoons and stuff on there. I think they're a cartoonist. And every one of them is about how horrible it is to be disabled.
Okay.
And in one of them, it's a person in a wheelchair, and there's some kids, and underneath it says, kids stare out of curiosity. And then the next one is adults staring, like, adults stare out of ignorance.
Oh, God.
Fuck off. They're just looking for a second, and they get on with their day. How long do they actually just sit and fucking stare at you? Stop it. You noticed them looking like, oh, they must have been looking at me for the whole day. Shut up.
But remember, disabled people can't create anything. So
I know, I suck.
That's right. That's right.
Pete Davis says we are 10% or so we are 10% or so we have to adapt, ? If you're, we're going to make things for the 90%, not the 10. And I don't know if you were being facetious there, but there's a real answer for you. Richo says, Lords of the Night, did you hear Kevin Spacey paid off the son of his dead accuser? Which one? And no, I didn't hear that, but he's got a couple of dead accusers.
Yeah, charges were dropped by the estate of one of the people. The charges were still pending. But of course, now that they're dead, I guess they decided to drop it. I don't know if that came from a settlement. Maybe that's what that was.
We have a timestamp. Let's see if you guys can hear this or not. Let me see if I can play it.
Just modify some traits on a human towards an animal. Give it some fur, maybe give it like a hoof or something like this. It's got your mom's consciousness, though. Just think about this for a second. Sinatra. No, Sinatra. It's called philosophy, you fucking idiot. Okay, now you want to answer the question instead of you want to answer the question.
Wow. Sounds like a record skipping.
Is it? Oh, right. Okay. Are you claiming questions logically incoherent? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Great. Shut up. You claim there's a logical incoherence. Now, shut up.
Wow.
You claim.
I'll clip that before he takes it away.
It's all up on my channel. So
Oh, okay.
James Colley asks, left hand accessible, put it in your right fucking hand. This comes from a left-handed person. There you go. My cousin writes with his right hand, does everything else with his, but everything else is left hand. There's a lot of people I know that there's like one certain thing you'd think they would do with their left hand because they are left-handed, but they do it right-handed because that's how they learned. It's almost like we're a learning species.
That's ridiculous.
I know. If vegans care so much about other animals, why do they eat their food? Oh, I get what you're saying with the well,
yeah, they're depriving the cows of their I don't know, chum or what do they call it? The cud.
Well, there's actually an explanation to that. See, once all the animals die off, the ones that we raise for factory farming, there'll be plenty of grass to go around for people to eat.
Oh, okay.
Lords of Night, have you seen that Bloodwing is going to be MIA on YouTube until he can replace his laptop? I did not.
I think I saw something about his laptop gave up the ghost the other day or something. So yeah.
Scribe, would a Mars base be acceptable?
Well, a Mars base, at least as far as I understand it, first requires a moon base in order to have a staging point to actually make Mars missions more accessible. So, yes, since a Mars base would be the consequence of a moon base.
Sir Quack says, Sinatra, you should put your stream of Ask Yourself on BitChute as a backup. He may claim it off YouTube.
I don't think he can because I streamed it. He uploaded it.
Yeah. It was on Sinatra's channel, so.
Yeah, so Sinatra can claim it.
Yeah, I'd have better luck claiming his than he could claiming mine.
Faithless asks, orgasm ally? Yes.
Orgasm ally.
I'm an female orgasm ally.
There you go. I'm a helper.
Oh my God. Try camping in the mountains. There's no such thing as level ground, but I still do it and love it. I hate camping. I don't want to LARP as a homeless person. Let's see what else we got. Lords of the Night, doesn't screaming shut up usually indicate a severe mental illness? Earness? Oh, actually, yes.
I got an earness.
I picked it up from my ma. Wouldn't rewarding Jesus fuck. I've had real bad troubles reading today, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't rewarding a female with an orgasm be nothing short of her prostituting herself out for her own pleasure-seeking needs? Ooh.
You want it?
Whoops.
Maybe. That is for a philosopher. Would a strong, independent woman taking an orgasm from someone be acceptable? I mean,
how do you take an orgasm?
And if we're giving it, they got to take it.
I guess.
You just like, I'm coming. And she's like, yoink, mine.
It's mine.
Come on now. Oh, no.
And I'm pretty sure that's how you become a daddy.
Yeah.
Why are women appropriating my orgasms? Tell them to stop. Slap their hand like the Pope did.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Big Assassin says Nancy Pelosi versus Trump. It could be. It's not going to be, but it could be. They haven't closed off the deadlines as far as I know yet. Actually, they might have to get in the races.
I think it has at this point closed off because like wasn't the last ones in like was it Deval Patrick or somebody that got in at the last second or something?
Could be. Yeah, I used to know the dates, but my memory. You guys know the one thing I would never ask. You know the one thing I would never ask you guys on. Recommendation of movies. Oh, well, that's fair.
Well, it's a pretty simple answer from me.
Watch what you like, man.
Yeah.
And there's chat jumping, of course. So got to scroll way to hell back up here. Take a moment to yourselves, guys. There we are. Let's see. Does giving a blowjob work the same way as giving an orgasm? If she's doing it right, if she want that sandwich. Cryptic, thank you. Does screwing Beyonce make you gay? Them shoulders. Well, unless you're a woman. Because, yeah, Beyonce's a dude. Hashtag Beyonce's a dude. Thank you for the donation, Cryptic. Lords of the Night and Sinatra, how do you think a debate between Ask Yourself and Drunken Uncle would turn out?
Oh,
Hilarious.
God.
Oh, that would be one for the ages. That would be one for the fucking ages.
Nothing would get said. That's for sure.
Oh, lots would get said. Nothing would get accomplished.
Nothing would get heard, at least. There'd be a lot said, but I don't think we'd make much of it.
Where are we here? Remember, guys, only do lots of question marks if it's for us. If you're talking to each other, just do like one or two, because otherwise we get confused. Oh, Lords and Sanute, if you could eat disabled people, are you a cannibal or a vegan?
That's a good question.
It's a relevant question now.
They can't create anything, so you might as well.
The answer is yes. Let's be honest, the Pope slapping a woman's hand is hardly the biggest scandal of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, no kidding.
Again, I'm with him. I'd have slapped the shit out of her. Not her face, but her hand. Like, get the fuck off me, bitch. Why are you the wrong kind of disabled, Ranting Monkey? Well, because I internalize things too much.
That's right.
I can't believe that this is internalized ableism. Fuck right off. How do you know a dog, not a woman, is man's best friend? Lock your wife and a dog in the trunk for an hour and see which one wants to lick you. That's fair. That is very fair.
I don't think so.
I heard Ranting Monkey.
Depends on the girl, though. I mean, some girls like that kind of thing.
I feel like if you do it without their permission, though, that's...
Well, yeah, no, that's different.
I heard Ranting Monkey once made a video. I made a lot of videos. You can go watch them still. Lords of Night, who do you find more annoying, the SJW left or the religious right? These days, the SJW left. The religious right is hardly even a thing anymore.
Well,
and nobody pays much attention.
Yeah, they're a thing. Yeah, they don't get much coverage. I think dyed-in-the-wool ideologues, regardless of what they are kind of annoying.
I was about to ask what the difference is.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same people.
Look, I wouldn't mind SJWs if they kept to themselves. You want to go over there in a corner and say stupid shit to each other? Fine.
The fact that they feel they need to infiltrate everything is my issue.
Yeah, and the religious right, for the most part, is not even... Occasionally, they'll pull up a story so that they can have a boogeyman on the right to use, like the Westboro Baptist Church, all 40 members of it. But they don't have a whole lot of influence. SJWs are influencing the fuck out of everything right now.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, they're taking the place of what the religious right was doing back in the 90s anyway. Like, video games are evil because of what they depict, and music's bad because of this, and movies need to have less flesh in them, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, which is where my "what's the difference" question comes from, because I'm just like, they're basically the same people.
Math Queen says vegetables are not vegan because the soil used to grow them has manure, an animal byproduct. Checkmate, vegans. There you go.
Actually, why not use manure?
Furry Kitten asks, what if you are orgasm fluid? We're all orgasm fluid.
Yeah. Orgasm fluid. Everybody's got some. A little bit.
We all came from it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you considered claiming that vegan's videos so that you have an excuse to force Susan to give you your money?
Wow. That'd be a reversal.
First day with a new mouth or just first day with a new tongue? No, I've been having, I was having, okay, you don't want a serious answer on that. Well, I've just been having trouble seeing words properly. It's not my normal fuck up with reading it. I just, the words are.
You've got aphasia.
I have a dizzy and shouldn't be reading.
Yeah.
Is being made to orgasm submitting to patriarchy? Made
Yes.
to? Yes. But remember, she don't need you.
Just remember, made rhymes with paid.
Gorbag says, I fear for Ranting Monkey, hashtag eat cripples. I know, right? That was some scary shit for him to have said to me. Yeah, it's okay to eat the disabled guy instead of the cow. And on that wonderful, wonderful throwback note, ladies and gentlemen, it is the top of the hour, and that's when we close this down for the night. We will be back tomorrow on Satsu's channel for more Lords of the Night. That's on Satsu 2 cents, not his other 4 channels. How many you got? 3?
I got 3 channels, and I looked at my cooking channel today too, and we're about to hit 500 subs.
Cool,
Woo.
dude.
Like since that last announcement, I got like 8 more subscribers just out of nowhere. I don't know where they're coming from. I really don't, but I appreciate them showing up.
So yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are so very kind, and I appreciate it more than I could tell you. Very shortly after this, I will be over on Ranting Monkey Games, where I'm last I saw 10 away from 900. You guys we have the best audience. But I'll be playing some Red Dead 2. Do we have any other thing to announce before we leave?
Not that I can think of.
Sounds like a no. Sinatra, thanks for coming in and sharing your weird experience with a vegan.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Scribbles and Satsu, thank you as always for joining me. Everybody, your lives make us sad, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
This is the